I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling.
Good afternoon, YouTube. How are y'all doing today? Welcome to J Card Wrestling, and we are going to review 2019 Fastlane. And I didn't watch it live. I was at work. Shocker. And okay, we're good. I didn't watch it live. I was at work, but I did watch. I rewatched it, pre-show and all, the whole thing, and you know, I didn't think it was that bad of a show. I kind of did a half-ass backwards here. I did. I watched all the reviews first of Fastlane, and then I watched the show. So I only because, you know, I knew the hell was going on. Just wanted to watch it from my point of view and watch it and give my own stance on it. Yeah, but all in all, it really wasn't that bad of a show, really. Definitely had its moments. Definitely was up and down. But to complete honesty, man, I didn't think it was that horrible where it was, you know, worthy of absolutely 100% shitting on. But, you know, are we in WrestleMania season? Because I don't feel like we are. You know? So, sorry, the dog is right behind me here. Listen to me ramble on YouTube. But I think I'm not excited for WrestleMania. And Christ, I'm going to the fucking show. I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm making the trip. I'm driving 5 hours in New York to watch a show in person. I've spent way much more money than I should have on these damn tickets. I'm going to Raw tonight in Pittsburgh. And I spent $100 for floor seats. And I'm so excited for that tonight. And I am excited for WrestleMania. I'm not telling you that I'm not excited for WrestleMania, because I definitely am. But just in years past, the build-up's been so much better. And this year, it's been so fucking flat with this build-up. It's like, it's not even worth... You know, I'm not saying it's not worth going. It's definitely worth going. We're going to have a hell of a time, no matter how, you know, lack of build there is. I'm still going to have a hell of a time. But the build to it, like, I remember when I was little, I used to just wait, you know. I couldn't stand the fucking wait for WrestleMania. Now I'm like, oh, yeah, WrestleMania's in 3 weeks. I'm going there. I better get my shit together, you know? I just felt like it's just not, the build is just not good. It's not good. Not good at all. And it's WWE's totally to blame for. It's them entirely, you know? After a pay-per-view like Fastlane, I want to be like, holy shit, I need to watch WrestleMania right now. I need to go to WrestleMania. And the only thing that's making me go right now is the whole Becky Lynch thing. And that's it. I mean, I don't really care for Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar. Kinda. I kind of care. I do care for Kofi Kingston. The whole push and the Kofi Mania thing. But everything else below that, man, what else am I looking forward to? After this show, like, it's supposed to set up for WrestleMania. What else am I looking forward to? I'm not looking forward to much. I can tell you right now. There's no signs of the Undertaker. I mean, the rumors is that he's coming. Just don't know what to do with him yet. Those are the rumors. But another reason I'm saying is because I'm a huge Undertaker fan. I just want to see him once at WrestleMania. It could be just an appearance like last year with John Cena. It can just be like a simple show up, tombstone, leave. Fine with me at this point. I just want to see him there once, and then he doesn't have to be WrestleMania ever again. But that's not officially announced. It could be a surprise. But in terms of matches, I don't know what the hell you're gonna do now from between now and the next 3.5 weeks here. You know, I'm just not totally excited. I want to be excited, but I'm not excited, not one bit. So, anyways, I found it weird how they added a whole bunch of shit last minute. I'm not really sure what the deal behind that was, unless they're just trying to shake things up and do everything last minute here. Kind of surprised and shocked the fans, I guess, but it wasn't so much shocking as it was just weird. I don't know why I feel that way. It just felt like it was weird. Like, oh, we're gonna do a United States title match now. I know. My predictions video, I would have picked Rusev because why the fuck would you take him off that quick? He just became champion. Hasn't been champion since. At this fucking rate, probably won't be champion afterwards. So why at least have the belt on him for a little bit? So, and then the insertion of Mustafa Ali, and then the Kofi Kingston thing. It was just all kind of weird. The whole thing was just weird. The whole thing was just weird. I guess I'll start from the bottom here. You had the Fatal 4-Way here. I guess it was, I don't know if it was on a pre-show, I guess. I think it was on a pre-show or not. But you had the Fatal 4-Way with Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, R-Truth, and Cien Almas Andrade. It was a very good match. There was a lot of pretty cool spots in there. Wasn't much to report on it. I mean, Samoa Joe won with the Samoan lock on Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio passed out pretty fucking fast. I almost noticed that. And Rey Mysterio passed out like within 15 seconds. I mean, Jesus, those things should last like 45 seconds before he actually passes out. But it was a okay match. Pretty cool spots, but not much to report on that either. But then there's a spot, I think right after this is that the McMahon family has requested Kofi Kingston to discuss the WWE Championship match tonight. So then later on, I kind of skip around here. Then I guess later on we go to backstage and it's Kofi Kingston, Vince McMahon, and I forget the fuck who else. Maybe the New Day or something like that. Where he says, yeah, you're gonna be a triple threat match. We're gonna insert you in a match, and it's gonna start right now. And the crowd pops. Everyone's excited. Kofi comes out, first person out there. And then rather than Dan O'Brien or Kevin Owens coming out, it is the Bar coming out. And it's like a handicap triple threat match, if you will. And the fans start booing the shit out of it. It really wasn't that good. The fans just took a shot on it. And they're doing it on purpose, of course. I mean, they're doing it on purpose because you don't want Kofi Kingston so hyped up. Hey, what's up, Chris Peeps? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in my stream, bud. Yeah, the whole thing was just bizarre. I get why WWE's doing it. They're doing it for solely the fact on, they're trying to push Kofi a little bit. They're trying to, escalate him to high levels, and which is all fine and all, but just the crowd took a shot on it. A big, juicy, greasy shit on it. So, I mean, it was all fine and well and dandy. But I guess they just wish they approached that a little bit. Chris, man, I'm sorry I missed your show last night, but I got stuck at work. I watched the highlights of your show, but I missed it because work, and I sorry, I'm just going all over the place here. I thought it was a good show. like a lot of reviews were it was either really good rating, really bad rating. I thought it was okay. I did watch the most of the show for the most part, just basically the major highlights of it. But I was saying at the beginning of my video, I don't think it's a it wasn't a good pay-per-view to build WrestleMania. I'm not really like, I should be excited, but I'm not excited for the WrestleMania show. And I should be after a show like this, but I'm not. You know? So, I know we gave it last night, man, but I gave it a good 6. I mean, there were good spots in it, but there were also kind of weird spots in it. I thought the whole insertion of people and taking in, taking out shit, I thought the whole thing was just weird. So, let me move on here afterwards. Let's see. Trying to see where I'm going. Get my notes here. Alright. Then we had the New Day versus Rusev and Nakamura. And I said this. I said this in my predictions video. I actually predicted Rusev and Nakamura to win because I thought the barrel of the New Day would be kind of good, kind of push Kofi in a way as well. And plus, with Rusev and with Nakamura, they're basically put together, you know, just they're kind of both lost in the shuffle. And I thought if you push them, you know, they might escalate a little more. They might become like the next Bar, because the Bar was kind of nothing for a while there, and then they escalate and become how many time tag team champions, both Raw and SmackDown. And now they're just, I don't want to say buried, but now they're kind of like down the bottom of the card, like, because the New Day beat them. And now, you know, they're kind of lost in the shuffle again. So where do you go with Rusev and Nakamura? Well, there's a couple things you could do with them. Now that the Shane McMahon and Miz thing is kind of over with, which I'll get into in a second here, you could push Rusev and Nakamura towards the tag team titles against the Usos. But even that, do you feel like they're going to beat them? You know, do you feel like it's going to be any worth? No, it's going to be worth of them winning? I don't think they'd win. I mean, I think the Bar would just destroy them if it was like a straight tag team match. I mean, of course, for yeah, Rusev was ready to quit. Dude, I don't blame him, man. I honest to God could see Nakamura is heading out. There's no way in God's green earth he's not heading out. But Rusev, I wouldn't be surprised if he did either. It wouldn't surprise me if in the weeks to come I heard a report saying that Rusev was, you know, requesting for his release. But I wasn't sure with that because you kind of tie it with Lana. And is Lana still in Total Divas? I don't watch any of that, but I wasn't sure if she's still in it or not. So is that gonna, you know, is that gonna cause a problem for him wanting to leave? Is that gonna cause a problem for Lana? You know, I feel bad for Nakamura and I feel bad for Rusev for sure. They're both unbelievable players and they're both unbelievable wrestlers. And, you know, them losing last night, you know, I just didn't think it was necessary. I thought he should have had the New Day lose, because if you had the New Day lose, you had Kofi lose, the New Day are on his bad path on the, you know, downward spiral. And then out of nowhere, you know, it picks back up with Kofi, you know, title opportunity at WrestleMania, because that's going to happen and all that. So that's what I thought they should have done. I think it was ass backwards. But there wasn't much report here. The fucking let me see here. The fucking face of Rusev was hilarious at the end there. W tweet out, "You mad, Rusev?" So, but I just feel bad for them, man. I feel bad for Rusev and Nakamura. I just wish, you know, I hope nothing but best for them, man. But where do they go from here? Where the fuck do they go from here? I just don't know where they go from here, man. So we'll see with that with SmackDown. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if it wouldn't be on SmackDown on Tuesday, but we'll have to see, I guess. Moving on here with the show, Shane McMahon and The Miz versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and it was a pretty good match. You know, sometimes I forget how, you know, even Shane McMahon's kind of on the older side now. We all keep forgetting that he's not his, you know, jumping off a fucking Titantron age anymore, but he can still put on a pretty decent match for a wrestler. And granted, he's in the wrestling family. He's not him and his old man were wrestlers, but when they did have to wrestle, they didn't do a bad job. You know, they did not do a bad job. And I just noticed that my donation goal some reason it says 74,074 days to go to WrestleMania. I don't know why the hell did that. I'm not sure why my sample goal says sample goal, but whatever. But take it off later. But anyways, with this match, you know, I every time I watch Shane McMahon, people are always like, oh god, Shane McMahon has to be WrestleMania. He has to be in a major storyline. And I don't hate it. I honest to God don't hate it. I think what I hate about it is the force, like the people that would be forcing it in our faces. That I don't like. But him as a competitor, I actually would like to see him a couple more times. I think he's actually really fucking good. You know, for being as old as he is and being as, you know, athletic as he is still, and from all his crazy shit, and then getting, you know, kicked in the face later on in the night or whatever else, it was pretty good. You know, and you knew the heel turn was coming tonight. You knew the heel turn was coming. And a lot of people were suspecting the Miz to turn Shane McMahon. And in my predictions, I predicted a heel turn, but I didn't predict them to have Shane McMahon do it. And with the Miz's dad and the whole thing. So, it was kind of good. I mean, the Miz loses in a roll up, I think, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head here. I watched it last night. But regardless, the Usos still win the Raw tag team. I'm sorry, the SmackDown tag team titles, and you know, and then you kind of see Shane McMahon say, "It's okay, Miz, it's okay," and then he goes over and shakes his dad's hand, and then out of nowhere, Shane just attacks him from behind and just beats the unholy god out of him, and then Shane kind of grabs Miz's dad's face and gets in his face, and you know, just makes the feud better, you know. And everyone's like, why, Shane? You know, I mean, we all fucking knew it, but it's like, why? You know. But obviously, is going to lead to a WrestleMania match. Is it going to be a straight one-on-one match? Who the fuck knows? It could be. It could not be. So I think it'd be cool if they did something unique with this match. You know, I still think they should stem this from the Crown Jewel thing. I did mention that a couple days ago. They should stem this from the Crown Jewel situation, because the Miz was kayfabe hurt, and then Shane McMahon's like, well, I'm gonna fight for SmackDown, and you know, I still think that could have played tie somehow, but I'm not sure how now, since, you know, I think the Miz should be mad at Shane McMahon, not Shane McMahon should be mad at the Miz for the Shane McMahon winning a Crown Jewel. Maybe that's not why the heel turn happened, but that's just how I thought it could happen. I know they're trying to get rid of the Crown Jewel situation and all that, but you never fucking know with WWE. Welcome to professional wrestling. So, it was interesting. I didn't hate it. I actually thought it was kind of cool. They kind of threw a twist at us. So, I mean, we've been begging for twists. We've been begging for surprises. So, I'll take it, WWE. So, we'll see what that one goes. I'm sure it'll be the number one thing on SmackDown on Tuesday. So, we'll have to wait and see with that. Moving on here with a couple of live segments which are kind of pointless. I get it. I get why the Miz does. I'm sorry. The Elias segments, make a couple of LeBron jokes, and since I'll be in Pittsburgh tonight for the Raw show, I am sure there will be at least one Antonio Brown joke tonight on Raw in Pittsburgh. I guarantee it, and I guarantee you that place will either cheer or boo depending on what he says, because Pittsburgh right now fucking hates Antonio Brown. So Elias being from Pittsburgh, I keep forgetting that. Elias being from Pittsburgh, I'm begging you, man, please make an Antonio Brown joke. It'd be fucking cool. That'd be hilarious. So, moving on here. He had a couple different segments. That was the only one that was really worth mentioning. Well, for now. Moving on here, we had God's Greatest Creation, Mandy Rhodes, versus Asuka. I almost said Sasha. Jesus. Asuka, and it was a pretty good match. I mean, Mandy Rhodes put on a pretty good performance. You know, at first I wasn't a big fan of her, just because of the whole, you know, I mean, let's just be fucking real here. The blonde hair, fake tits, big ass thing, you know, that's the thing that everyone WWE wants to fucking do. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of those wrestlers, I mean, you look back on the track record, aren't very good wrestlers. This girl's actually a pretty damn good performer. I actually started to like her as a competitor. I didn't like her at first because I thought that's what WWE was going to do with her, was make her like one of these, you know, fake girls with, you know, just kind of wrestle. This girl can actually fucking wrestle pretty fucking well. And I think she can wrestle well, like better than Carmella. I think she can wrestle better than Alexa, and I love Alexa, and I love Carmella, but I think Mandy Rose can actually fucking wrestle, man. I mean, she actually fucking wrestle. Like, for real. But anyways, unfortunately, on the downfall, Sonya Deville was trying to help out Mandy Rose by giving her a kendo stick. But the tarp, I guess, on the side of the ring was up on the mat, and then Mandy Rose trips on that. And then Asuka gets a roll up because of the trip, and then 1, 2, 3, and then Sonya kind of costs Mandy Rose the SmackDown Women's title. And so Mandy Rose walks in the back and says, you know, he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Sonya Deville says to Mandy Rose, I'm so sorry. And Mandy Rose just kind of ignores her and walks off. So we'll have to see what happens with that, you know. So I'm not sure there's gonna be a feud, or it's like one of those things where kind of like Natty Dana Brooke thing that happened for 3 seconds there, or this one might last longer. So we'll have to see about that. So, but overall, I thought it was a pretty good match. I thought Mandy Rose actually put a really good match into it. Chris, if you're in here, buddy, I want to know what you thought about that match, because I actually thought that was one of the better matches of the night. I mean, people probably disagree with me, but I just thought it was. I thought it was a better match, I guess. I mentioned the Kofi thing. I mentioned how that was stupid, but I get it. But I mentioned how it was kind of stupid. Moving on, it was another Elias segment saying about, can we finally put the Kofi Kingston to rest? Admit yourselves, my hometown Pittsburgh Steelers are the best. That was fucking hilarious. As a Pittsburgh fan, dude, it was hilarious. So, and then we had Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus the Revival. And I said that the Revival were going to win because I think WWE's trying to get on the good side with all that. And there were a lot of good fucking spots with Ricochet. Holy shit. How many times did he dive out, go over the fucking top, do a couple flips? I mean, holy shit. This guy's unfucking real, dude. And he made the match. Made the fucking match. But nevertheless, the Revival still wins, and you knew they were gonna win. I don't think they're gonna lose it for a while, and I think they do. It's gonna be right before they leave. I don't know if the Revival's still leaving or not. I mean, they're probably not now because they're tag team titles. But obviously WWE's kind of catering them, kind of pampering them moment to stay. So may lose WrestleMania, but you know there's going to be multi-match for the tag team titles because always is a WrestleMania. It can't just be one match anymore, or something creative like a ladders match or something. So that's another rant for another day. But I mentioned about the U.S. title match. Mentioned that. Mentioned Samoa Joe. It was a good match. I'm all over the place with this. I thought it was on a pre-show. Again, I watched it. I didn't watch all of it. I just kind of skimmed through it, but I did watch it. Just the main parts of it. But then they had, after that, they had the Raw, I guess not the Raw Women's Tag Team title. I guess it's the WWE Tag Team titles, Women's Tag Team titles. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Tamina fucking Snuka, who I fucking can't stand. And then for guest commentary, you had Beth Phoenix. And, you know, I thought one of those things where I didn't realize Beth Phoenix was going to be playing a role here, because I thought maybe, you know, oh, she's just in there for, you know, commentary sake, for, you know, they look back on it and, you know, all this shit happens. And they look back and she was commenting, whatever. But she gets physical later, and I'll get to that. But to be honest, this match was probably the least best match, if you will, of the night. And I love Sasha and I love Bayley. Nia's okay. I fucking hate Tamina, but Sasha Banks is an incredible wrestler, and so is Bayley. And I wish they just performed better together, if you will. I just didn't think it was that good. You know, Sasha Banks, she was so fucking over 3-4 years ago. What year was that? That's my 32. That was 2016. 3 years ago. I just wish she was over like that again, and I don't know if she ever will be, but she's not at the moment. So, you know, I guess I have to wait and see what happens with that, but I didn't think it was that good of a match. It wasn't a good match with a lot of botches from Tamina, too, actually, and Nia, of course. But Sasha and Bayley win. I can't remember how, but they win. And then for some reason, Beth Phoenix gets involved. They start talking shit one another, and then she punches Tamina in the face, and then Beth Phoenix gets attacked by Nia Jax. And then they start beating the shit out of being a Phoenix, and then Natty Hart comes out. And then she takes a tumbling, so I guess Natty Hart and Beth Phoenix are going to probably wrestle WrestleMania, which kind of looks like a little bit. But we'll have to see. I mean, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here. But that's what they're going to do. Beth Phoenix can carry retirement. Cool. I mean, it'd be kind of cool. There's rumors that Lita and Trish are going to wrestle WrestleMania for the tag team titles. Maybe they insert in this storyline somehow. Maybe not. But I thought that was the least eventful thing of the night. I have a fucking headache from hell. I'm trying to drink caffeine or take ibuprofen, man. How are we looking here? Sorry, I'm trying to think of time-wise here. It's 3 o'clock my time. We're good. Okay. I have to be leaving for Pittsburgh at 5, so we're doing all right here. Moving on here was now a triple threat match with Dan O'Brien versus Kevin Owens versus Mustafa Ali. And the crowd was chanting bullshit, I think, and they're chanting Kofi Mania and where's Kofi and we want Kofi. And it's coming, fans. It's coming. You know it's fucking coming. Just be patient. You know, there's no way in God's green earth WWE is not, at this point, going to have Kofi in the main event. I mean, they're just toying with you. They're toying with you. Kofi's going to be in the main event, not the main event, but Kofi will be in the match at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship, and he's going to win. So take it easy. He's going to win. People are like, oh, this is bullshit. Kofi's getting buried, and Kofi's getting screwed over. It's like, well, take it. First off, number one, it's professional wrestling. If you never watched it, go look into previous storylines. Go watch Dana Bryan's storyline. Number two, it's coming. Kofi Kingston is going to have his moment. It's going to be fucking awesome. Just let the story breathe. Let the story air out. Let WWE do its thing. I know WWE hasn't done very well with storylines in the last how many years now. But let it breathe. It'll be okay. You'll get your end result. Kofi will be raising that WWE Championship belt at WrestleMania. Hopefully the real one, not the eco-friendly one. But take it easy. It's going to happen. But it was a lot of good spots with Dan O'Brien and Mustafa Ali. I think those two one-on-one would be really good. The whole match was really good, man. The only thing I didn't like about it is I just hate how Rowan gets involved. I mean, I get Dan O'Brien's a heel, but Rowan, like, just looking at him now just kind of just pisses me off. I don't know why. Rowan just, like, kind of pisses me off just looking at him. He doesn't do anything. He never says anything. He's just there. And he's doing a fucking good job at it. Maybe I'm supposed to hate him, but he's just going to do a good job at not doing anything really. So, but Dan O'Brien retains. Of course he does. And you guys can look at his, I don't know if it's WWE's or Dan O'Brien's Twitter account, but he's all fucking scratched up and bruised up on his chest. And it looks brutal. I mean, the one that, I almost said Ready to Rumble. The Greatest Royal Rumble last April. This is worse than that, I think. It was pretty fucking bad. But don't worry, Kofi Kingston's going to be inserted. It'll be all fine. It'll play out, I promise. But pretty good match between these guys. Wasn't the greatest, but pretty good for Kevin Owens, kind of as a return. So I'd be interested to see what happens with him next. But moving on here was where I thought was going to be an event, which I'll get into in a second here why I thought the main event was fucking stupid. Was Becky Lynch versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. And you know, for Becky still being a fucking crutch, and that's one of the main things a lot of people were pissed off about lately, is the crutch that fucking crutch. Okay, let me make sure I'm on here. That the crutch that Becky Lynch is on, and it's might ruin her character. I saw Joe Cronin just about an hour or two ago upload a video saying that it's kind of hurting her character, and I would agree. I would agree because, you know, how bad is this fucking knee? I mean, if you're on a crutch for that fucking long, you need some surgery. It's not realistic. There's no way in God's green earth you need to be on a crutch for 6-7 weeks now. Crutches are made to be temporarily, or if you broke it, and then it's not broken, it's not torn, it just hurt. So it is hurting her. It is hurting her a little bit. I don't think it's gonna hurt to the point where it's gonna ruin her at WrestleMania, but I think it's hurting her character a little bit. Moving on in the match here. It was basically a dominant match from Charlotte. Becky had a couple offensive moves in there, but then Charlotte comes in and Charlotte puts basically Becky in the walls of Jericho kind of type thing, a sharpshooter. I'm not sure, some sort of submission move. And then out of nowhere, Ronda Rousey comes in, hits Becky, and then Charlotte gets disqualified, resulting Becky into winning. And since Becky technically won, she's now into the main event of WrestleMania 35. Okay, fine. I mean, that's kind of how you do it. I thought it was kind of contradicting, though, how Ronda Rousey said, I don't give a shit about anything. What was it? Damn the man, screw the woo, and all that. And she basically do what she wants now and all that. So unless she really wanted, she was as babyface, she wanted Becky Lynch in there. But is it now as a heel? Does she still want Becky Lynch in there? So maybe we'll get some answers tonight on Raw. But I thought it was interesting how you knew Ronda was gonna take a part in it somehow. But you thought how it was kind of interesting how it kind of was weird how she kind of saved Becky Lynch, if you will, as a heel. So there wasn't much report there. I mean, he knew this was going to happen. He knew somehow Becky was going to win. So we'll have to see. And I just found out that the Intercontinental title will be on the line tonight for Raw in Pittsburgh. I don't know who the hell's going to fight. I think it's Finn Balor and... Who the hell is it? Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley. Oh, fucking shocker. I can't wait for fucking to fall asleep with that shit. Whatever. Last but not surely is the Shield versus Bobby Lashley versus Baron Corbin versus... Oh my fucking god, man. Bobby Lashley. Oh, and Drew McIntyre. Fuck me, dude. I'm sorry, guys. All over the place today. Really fucking bad headache. But the match was pretty good in itself. I don't understand why it was the main event. I think it could have been the last thing for the main event. If anything should be the main event, it should have been the WWE title. That should have been the last thing in the main event because I think it's worthy, and it is worthy. So I just didn't think. I think the last three matches should have been the Shield versus those three guys. Then Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, and then Daniel Bryan and all that match. That should have been the last. I think it's how it should have been. I think it's how it deserves to be. I hate how WWE does it based on storyline now. I think you need to do it based on, the title. Unless it's something like, someone's last fucking match, like Undertaker's last match or Shawn Michaels' last match. Like, those were last matches of WrestleMania, but I just think that this main eventing was not a good decision. I get it, because it was the one last ride for the Shield type thing, and then Roman Reigns is, returned to the in-ring, and then Dean Ambrose's last time with the Shield, and Seth Rollins going off doing his own thing, so I get it. But this is the third or fourth time the Shield's reunited. This isn't new. So, if there's, something new, okay, maybe, but this isn't new. So, and I don't, a lot of people hate that the Shield is together, and they're kind of over it and all that. I personally just don't care. I'm not excited for it. I'm not disappointed. I'm not mad about it. I'm just whatever about it. The one thing I do ask is that at WrestleMania 35, when Seth wins, is if this is truly the last time Dean Ambrose would be in the company, and this is truly the last time that we see these guys together in a ring, maybe as athletes, because they'll be in Hall of Fame one day. They'll be together again one day, but as athletes, I hope at the end of that match you see the three in the middle with the title raised, maybe someone crying. I hope to see that. That would be kind of cool. I'd be hoping to see that kind of good send-off for the Shield. But in terms of Fastlane, this doesn't deserve to be last match. And there's not much to report on that match. A couple good spots in there, but the Shield wins, of course, and then ends with the fist in the middle. So overall, a lot of people are saying that the first hour and a half was pretty good, and then the second hour just kind of forgot what the first hour was like or something like that. But it was a good 6. I give it a good 6 out of 10 here. Really wasn't much to report on it. It wasn't anything shocking. I mean, there were a lot of rumors about it, but any of the rumors nowadays are all fucking false. Anyways, Shawn Cena's returning, Barry Wyatt's returning, Undertaker's returning. It's none of it's gonna happen. It should have, because that'd been kind of cool to make maybe the show a little more legit and a little more better quality, I guess. But it's just the end of the rumors now. I just don't believe. But okay, sorry. But it was an okay show. Like I said in the beginning, I should be more excited for the show. I'm sorry, more excited for WrestleMania, and because of this show, I'm not. and I wish I was. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. Just want to come up here and have a couple of reviews and a couple comments on it. Sorry, I kind of be all over the place today. I didn't watch shows. I was at Raw. I'm trying to balance both. I'm sorry, I was at work. Trying to balance both things here. A little harder than I thought. And my YouTube, my music channel as well. So bear with me here. So I will, like I said earlier, I will be at Raw tonight in Pittsburgh. Maybe I'll live stream my phone. Maybe like last 10 minutes of my reaction. I'm not going to show you guys it. Sorry. I don't want to get in trouble with WWE or copyright and YouTube and all that. So, but I might stream while walking out and be in my car or whatever else. So it'll be cool. We have floor seats, so I'm really looking forward to that. Look for me. I am right behind, I guess, the bell where the medical team is and the doctors are at, and the bell there. I'm like 3-4 rows behind that. So it'll be really cool. So I'm gonna get out of here. In about probably 20-25 minutes here, I'm going to try test stream for my phone and see if it works or not. So I will talk to you guys later. Please follow me on YouTube. Please subscribe. The whole 9 yards. You know it. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.